Thank you for tuning in to Terry Swoop Videos. I wanted to talk about the death of 6-year-old Aniya Allen. Aniya Allen is a 6-year-old beautiful young girl who was shot and killed in Minneapolis. She was at a drive-thru with her family at McDonald's, and gangbangers started shooting, and one of the bullets hit the car that she was in, and she was sitting in the back seat, and the bullet struck her in the head, and they rushed her to the hospital, and the doctors tried to do all they could do, but the bullet was lodged in her head, and she died within 24 hours after the shooting. And this is the third child that's been killed in Minneapolis the last couple weeks.
Of 3 young kids victims of gun violence.
Within 2.5 weeks, 10-year-old LaDavian Garrett, 9-year-old Trinity Otteson Smith, and just Monday night, 6-year-old Aniya Allen were all shot in the city.
Now, last year, they defunded the police in Minneapolis. After George Floyd's death, they defunded the police in Minneapolis. And less police officers were patrolling the neighborhoods after they defunded the police. And this caused the crime rate to go up. It caused the murder rate to go up. The problem I have with a lot of these anti-police activists is they only want to acknowledge a black person's death when the killer is a cop. But they want to completely ignore all the murders of black people killing other black people. They want to completely ignore black on black crime, which is what kills the majority of black people. 94% of black people in America are killed by other black people, while less than 1% are killed by the police. But these woke activists will only focus on black deaths when it involves the police. But they'll completely ignore the 94% of black homicides of black people killing other black people. So when they defund the police, they think they're saving black lives when they're not saving black lives. Because when you defund the police, there's going to be less police officers patrolling black neighborhoods. And if there's less police officers patrolling black neighborhoods, there's going to be more crime. This is why every city that's defunded the police, the murder rate has gone up. The crime rate has gone up. This is why I can't take these woke activists seriously when they say they care about black lives. They don't care about black lives. They only care about black lives when they can make money off of it. Hundreds of millions of dollars were made off George Floyd's death. And they're just looking at the police shootings as a way to make money off of it. If you really care about black lives, you're going to focus on what's killing the majority of black people. And what's killing the majority of black people is not the police. What's killing the majority of black Americans is inner city violence and gang violence. This is what's killing the majority of black Americans. This is what causes the majority of black homicides. But these woke activists don't want to address that.
She's all loving to everyone, white, black, it don't matter. All lives matter. Ain't no black lives matter. Stop being so angry and hatred. Love one another. That's what he put us on this earth for. Right. Not for us to hate each other.
Right. That's right.
Anger, sadness, and grief poured out tonight at the site where a 6-year-old girl was shot by random gunfire.
Aniya Allen died in the hospital this morning. A bullet hit her in the head Monday night while she and her mom were driving home from McDonald's. WCCO's Aaron Hazanzadeh shares reaction from the community tonight.
He has organized countless vigils for other people's babies and grandbabies, but tonight, at the spot where his granddaughter was shot and killed, the community came together for KG Wilson.
This broke my heart. I've heard it
And I'm crying for each and every last one of you families who have been out here, who have lost a loved one.
A community is showing up for him that he's already showed up for, and we never thought we'd have to show up for him in this type of way.
Tonight, an emotional release as the community grieves the loss of 6-year-old Aniya Allen.
Our kids and our babies should not be out here dying, man.
An outpouring of hurt and desperation.
We now need the community to step up and let us know who put that bullet in that little girl.
Aniya's mother.
I watched her take her last breath. Okay? She fell so hard.
Grandmother.
Put the guns down!
Sharing their raw pain.
We are not supposed to bury our children. Our children is supposed to bury us.
City officials and the medical professional who tried to save her life also showed up.
We've been hurt by perpetrators from different races, but we've also hurt ourselves, right? And so tonight there was an acknowledgement of that, saying if you see something, say something.
The pain worse than he ever imagined.
I'm hurt. I've never been hurt like this. My heart is broken behind this into thousands of pieces.
At last check, still no arrests in any of these cases. If you know anything, call police. In Minneapolis, Erin Hassanzadeh, WCCO 4 News.
Aniya was the third child shot in North Minneapolis in as many weeks. 10-year-old LaDavian and 9-year-old Trinity were also shot in the head in separate incidents.
It just saddens me, man, that, you know, that it has come to this where, you know, our children are not safe.
We got 3 babies fighting for lives that they haven't even lived yet.
We heard from the family of 6-year-old Aniya Allen, who police say was shot in the head while riding in a car Monday night. It happened near the 35th and Penn Avenue North. She's the third child in just over 2 weeks to be caught in the crossfire here in Minneapolis. 10-year-old LaDavian Garrett and 9-year-old Trinity Addison Smith are the other 2 young victims. This community is now praying for healing and for change, saying this is unacceptable.
I never in a million years would have thought that my daughter would be the one that this is happening to.
We're calling on people to be more vigilant about reporting what they're hearing, reporting what they're seeing. It's not snitching, it's saving lives.
Now, at this point, no arrests have been made in any of these shootings, and these families are calling for justice and asking whoever did this to turn themselves in. Reporting live in Robbinsdale, Jenna Rowe, 5 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Jenna, thank you. The push to find a solution for the recent violence in Minneapolis is leaving city leaders divided. The mayor laid out a new summer safety plan on Monday, and then 2 city council members presented their own ideas on Tuesday.
Community members say that change needs to be made and city leaders need to work together to get this done.
Get with the mayor. Whatever that thing is, y'all agree on, merge that stuff before the end of the week and bring back marching orders to your people. Because right now, you guys are creating just as much division as we got on the block. Amen.
Now, Minneapolis City Council members Jeremiah Ellison and Philippe Cunningham say that they support part of Mayor Jacob Fry's safety plan, but they say that policing should not be the front and center solution.
The crisis has to be addressed, and I think it's critical for us to have unity there. But unity and compliance are not the same thing, right? You've got to be in discussion with the community, with the North Side, in order for there to be real unity.
In a statement, the mayor's office said most of the council was briefed before publishing the plan and went on to say, quote, "There are, however, significant elements of the plan that are simply incompatible with defunding the police department, as some on the council have pushed to do," end quote.
5 Eyewitness News obtained an email from council member Cunningham highlighting that split among city leadership. It's addressed to 5 other council members expressing his anger that neither he nor council member Ellison were invited to Monday's press conference covering the mayor's public safety plan. He also criticizes his colleagues for taking part. Cunningham wrote in part, "I am dealing with literal babies being shot in the head in my ward, and this is how you all support me. I expect an apology to the both of us, or else don't expect a damn thing from me," end quote.
Turn yourself in.
That's not going to happen because
exact cowards. That's how cowards do.
The way it's set it up, it's like, oh, you're snitching and this and that. So.
Well, a person, if they turn themselves in, they not snitching. They're turning themselves in. You made a mistake.
or whatever. But when you don't turn yourself in and there's no closure brought to the family or nobody, and you just out here ruthless, yeah, we got a problem with that. See, then it goes from tears to anger.